Hello everyone, welcome back to the part of Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. Last time we went back to Sargasso again, and we will be going to Ardolis this time.
Hope Ratchet's staying out of trouble.
We get to go find Captain Quantum!
Ooh, this is the best part. From an objective standpoint.
So, this planet's been half destroyed. Let's see.
Is it just me? Or are there more of those
It's
things
not
now?
just this
I
planet,
feel
it's like
dimensional
so
cataclysm
many
is getting
planets in
worse.
general seem to
Well,
be
the
Yes, like,
rather
okay.
half
Yeah, or the
destroyed.
sooner we can
It's
get
been
to
over a
fixing
part
all
since I've
this.
mentioned this,
Or
and I'm bringing it up
destroyed.
again. Somebody, please fix Clake's arm!
Like always.
Yeah, Ratchet, you're with Clank again. You really should.
You told me you couldn't have put the ship on autopilot for a few minutes while you worked on the arm. I'm sure you have some parts in the back.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, at least when it comes to Rivet, I feel like I could give her a slight,
A very
you
slight
know?
pass, but Ratchet's literally done it
Yeah.
before.
At this point, Ratchet should just be like, hey, why is your arm still broken or whatever? Why is your arm
Like,
broken?
at least get him a replacement arm.
Of course, our only lead to finding Captain Quantum is about to be executed. Perhaps someone else can tell us.
I just want to see
Captain.
Captain
Darkness.
Quantum.
As you should. I don't know if we'll get to him this part. This is a decently long planet. So this is one of the
you
most
did mention
one-to-one level copies in the game easily. We're going to be basically going through Tools of Destruction again for a good bit. There is unique parts. But,
It is the pirate planet.
Headhunter!
Ooh, the typical sniper.
Yeah, so I haven't mentioned in other Ratchet games, I don't exactly have the best aim. That is not going to change this time.
Is this also one that has a weak point thing? I don't see any weak points right
Yeah,
now.
it's not visible, but there are weak points. You just have to
Ooh,
actually aim for it.
It also puts slow-mo on, it looks
Yeah.
like, when you...
It does. It's actually one of my favorite
Did,
sniper rifles in the series. It's just, I'm not very good at aiming.
Did the 2016 game also slow down time? I can't remember. I feel like
I
it
don't
did.
remember it doing that. Not to say it didn't, I just don't remember it.
Yeah, I'm, like, not really sure
Increases
myself.
the
there.
range
Like, I
blades
want to
can
say it didn't,
auto-target
but,
after a
like,
bounce.
you know.
Thanks for shopping, cutie pie.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, weirdly enough, one of the few things they actually did change in the stage, there was a optional route around here in Tools, if you remember. They just completely got rid of it.
I mean, it's... I guess makes sense. Maybe. I don't know. Troglosaur.
I don't know.
I want to see a Troglosaur.
But go out there, you.
Hi.
Troglosaur just sounds like a less offensive way of calling somebody a troglodyte. Or a more offensive way, depending on who you ask.
Have fun! Now that this is the only time I've ever used the Agents of Doom, I'm coming to realize they're actually not actually that great. Like, when you're actually looking at the numbers they're dealing. Like, this is a level 3 mid-game weapon, too.
Well, to give it a bit more credit, the Glove of Doom, at least this version, I feel like, though the other versions too, to a lesser extent, I suppose,
Did that happen?
they've always
You're still alive.
kind of existed
Why?
to be,
Those caves to get to him.
they've always kind of existed to be like you throw them out, then you just start immediately using another weapon to
I like
give
how
them
even here,
a
by
bit
the
more
way,
credit.
you can see that the boxes aren't stacked correctly.
You know what probably happened, given how all the physics of the previous games worked? What probably happened is as soon as you spawned in on the planet, they probably were in place, but then they, for some reason, decided they wanted to bounce. Because that is literally how it works for, like, every other PS3 game onwards. I was gonna say every other game, but it's only the PS3 game.
The only really Tools onward really started trying to be
We should be able
clever
to
with their
reach the
physics. And to be fair, this game has it better than most. But, better than most still only means so much.
Yeah. Though I don't really recall the 2016 game being that bad. I could be wrong there. I just don't
2016
recall.
had it. It absolutely had it. It was one of the worst defenders.
I never saw a floating box, so I think Tools might be the winner there. You can't convince me otherwise.
There was absolutely floating boxes. Your memory is being replaced by the patch version. Because there was a patch release that fixed most of it.
Oh, well, see, at least they fixed it.
Just because I didn't even know that you went back and played it after it launched, but I guess you did.
Well, I didn't have a PS4 at launch. Or the
Didn't
game.
you? Or
Like,
maybe
it
maybe
was
things
PS4
that
at
we
the time.
used. Oh, well.
Yeah,
Yeah, they fixed it like a year or two after. At
No, I
launch,
got
it
the
was as bad, if not worse, than the Tools.
Yeah, no, I didn't get a PS2. Or PS2. I didn't get a PS4 for quite some time because I had no need for it. I forget what was the tipping point for me. There was a game. Was it Kingdom Hearts 3? I know was a big player, but I don't think it was.
But
the
no, it
driving
wouldn't have been the one because you had your PS4 way before 2019.
Yeah, exactly. So I know it wasn't that.
Maybe
I
Crash
do know
Insane?
that Ratchet. I do. It might have been. Maybe if I look at my PS4 games, I actually might be able to find out. Hold on, let me. They're right behind.
What is going on with that light source? I think it's trying to reflect off the waterfall, and it's having okay-ish results. Fascinating.
So I know it wasn't Bloodborne. The Bloodborne.
Yeah,
was
no,
one of the
because
games I
I'm
wanted.
sure you wanted Bloodborne, but if you didn't get Ratchet and Clank, you weren't going to get Bloodborne, because Bloodborne came out before Ratchet and Clank.
Plunder's been
Yeah.
scarce lately.
It was. I think it's Bloodborne. Here. Let's see. Shit. You know what game it might be now that I'm looking at my list? I think it was The Last Guardian.
This nice succulent bowl. 'Tis beautiful, eh?
Remember you ever mentioning Last Guardian once, but
I
it
think
could have
I'm-
been.
I'm almost certain it was The Last Guardian. Because I'm looking at my other games, I'm like, these were all other, like, these were just second. I think when I first got my PS4, I got The
It's like
Last
this poor
of Us
pirate
Remastered
land.
and Ratchet
So
and
do not
Clank.
even think of asking.
And my
This poor
big,
pirate.
I know my big thing is I did not get The Last Guardian. I think that was my tipping point. Actually, now that I looked at all my games, I do think that was. Excuse me. I do think that was the main tipping point that got me. There were multiple other reasons to why I wanted it, for obviously, but that was definitely. I'm pretty
I
sure.
love this part so
that
much.
was
I'm sorry. It's just that part is hilarious. One of the funniest parts of the game. It's
Well, I
entirely
mean,
optional.
It's a reference to Pirates of the Caribbean, so. Huh?
It's the pirate level, of course it is.
The pirate level is referencing Pirates of the Caribbean, like it should be. I feel like when people think about pirates, it's always Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a very, at least when it comes to modern day media, I can't think of any
I've
other
still never
series
seen any of the
people
movies. I keep meaning to, I just never have.
I feel like you told me you've seen like the first one a very long
Nope.
time ago.
Never did. You're thinking of somebody else.
I'm not thinking of somebody else because
Well, I've never seen it, so I would know if I see.
No, I'm just misremembering because if it wasn't you, then it was no one else. Well, you should see. We should have a Pirates of the Caribbean one. Actually, it wouldn't be that bad of an idea. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I've mentioned this before. I don't know if to you.
How many direct tie-ins do Pirates have? Like, I know there's a lot of tie-in media for Pirates, but I don't know like how many like the Caribbean themselves stuff there is.
Given that Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End, so the second and third movies respectively, adjusted for inflation, are like the second and third, I think like the second and third most expensive movies ever made, I would be very surprised if there was no sort of like tie-ins at all. And that's not a joke too. They are like that. They were that pricey. As a matter of fact, guess what movie ended up beating that? Pirates of the Caribbean at Stranger Tides. It's 100% one of the most priciest, like, what's it called? Franchises ever made, I think.
There, Pierre, straight ahead.
And I only know that offhand because last night we were watching, or me and a few friends were watching.
I'll figure the trap. I
movies
know it's a trap.
together.
And hit it anyway.
So I'm gonna take this time to complain about the movie I watched with my friends yesterday called Paranormal Activity.
That has nothing to do with anything.
It doesn't. I just want to take the time to complain about it because fucking hell, that was a terrible experience. None of my friends enjoyed it. Thankfully, thank God. Because if any of them enjoyed it, I would have. There would have been a lot of. We would have had some problems. But I do love me some Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, my Death Counter's not up. Consider that an IOU one. Because it's going to be a bit of a mess trying to get it set up now.
Ooh. I mean, you could probably do it during, like, a cutscene.
And even then, it's probably going to be like, damn, not here, not the normal sound effect. Because I have it set for Shadow.
That's fine. As if that matters.
I mean, it does a little bit.
It really doesn't. The amount of times that I've not changed audio files because I could not care less because I forgot. Like, it doesn't.
And okay, make that. You might want to start writing these down. This area is gonna be brutal, apparently.
See, now I definitely want the damn not here. I'm keeping it in my head, so you might want to, I guess I can write it down, but I feel like that's not going to help me remember, but I guess I'll put it down. Hold on. It's 2 so far, right?
Yeah, 2 so far.
Okay.
I think this area really shouldn't be that bad. I'm just really stubborn on using the buzz blades here. Make it 3.
Remember, the buzz blades suck.
Sad thing is, this is one of their best appearances. Might even be their best. And they're still not good.
I was gonna say,
Unfortunately, most of the weapons in this game are either really good or really bad, and there's not a lot of in between.
I said I was supposed to add another, right?
Yeah,
Like we're at
it's 3.
Okay. Not 23. Not yet, at least. My nose is itchy.
Sorry for your loss.
Gets itchy often for reasons unknown.
Is that all of them? Are they all gone?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, that's you. Hi.
Avoid hits like that.
Told you. So wait, is this supposed to be an alternate dimension version of this planet?
Yeah.
Too?
And
why
it's
is
more or
it-
less copy and pasted level design so far.
I was gonna say, why is it no different then?
Like, there is a difference. It branches off at a point, but it's gonna be very samey for a while longer.
Did they come from different? Ow, my brain's already hurting.
That's what are you doing? It's right there!
I mean, this really does look like they just upgraded Tools of Destruction, which could be a good or bad thing, depending on who you ask. I say it's a bit of both.
Just more like, Tools is more or less the worst Ratchet Clank game that I'm willing to acknowledge.
Well, that's just because Tachyon exists.
I mean, that's part of it. It's just that the game itself isn't that great.
What are you talking about? It's amazing.
I've already
You're
mentioned how
telling
buggy
me-
it was.
You're telling me Into the Nexus is better?
Yes. Nexus is unironically one of the best games in the series.
Not so fast, ye meddling trespasser!
Like, the only sin that that game committed is being short. Like, and I'm not gonna hold that against the game.
You're not going to hold that against the game, but Quest for Booty exists.
Quest for Booty, first off, is substantially shorter. Like, that's literally a demo. Like, Nexus is still something that takes a few hours. We're not going to be done with that in potentially one video.
Do you know how much, what's it called? They sold, Quest for Booty for?
It was cheap. I want to say it was like maybe $20 at launch. Not to mention the fact that the game was given out. In fact, too, like, it was given out for free for anyone after 2011 as something of a "we're sorry for the 2011" hack. So there's a good chunk of people that already have the game for free.
I don't think I had it.
Well, if you didn't have a PS3 at the time, then you should have it.
I'm pretty sure I did. I think I just never claimed any of that stuff. I can't remember.
It's pretty well circulated. I'd be surprised if you weren't aware of
You
it.
know, I know exactly what you're talking about. Have you died any more times?
Well, that answers that question. Make it 4.
That is a death right there, but did you die any more times before that? I want to
No,
say
I don't believe so.
I'm not hurt. We're rescuing you.
I want to say no, but I'm gonna say yes just to make you angry.
Grr. Angers.
Pirates flying in.
I hope I'm not lagging for you.
No, he's not fine. Surprisingly fine, actually.
Good, because you're lagging from me.
Oh yeah, that seems to be how it works. The only time you ever sound fine is when I sound awful.
Well, mind you, it's not like too terrible, but I did just want to mention it. In case I do lag out at any point or something, then at least you'll have, you'll know why. Do you think if I sing a heavily copyrighted song, the bots will get to me?
Considering it's happened before, yes.
No, I'm joking.
No.
I would consider it maybe if it was the appropriate series.
It's like the only association they have between this and that is the fact that it's a pirate level, which, I mean, I guess you can make the argument water, lead, I mean, it's a stretch, but it's there, I
It's a
suppose.
stretch by all accounts. That is 100% a stretch, but yes.
It is, but so is the whole pirates conversation just because we're on a pirates planet.
Which Pirates conversation? Pirates of the Caribbean? No, they
Yeah,
literally
the
had
fact-
a Pirates of the Caribbean reference.
Yeah, it went on way too long for what it was. So, are we gonna get you down?
To be fair, though, the Pirates of the Caribbean reference isn't even technically a reference to the movie, but is in fact a reference to the ride. Because the
So they want me to
whole
go
trying
this
get
way. So guess what I'm not gonna do?
the whole
There's this
dog
whole other
thing
route
is-
over here.
When are we going to Disneyland now?
Who knows? Mark another death.
What about you?
No, not 45. Must
Like,
Mayo
Evan,
wants
we're
45 guys.
so far we are still on a train that is 1 for 1 from Quest for Booty.
You know what's even better? I recall you struggling at this part of Quest for Booty, or not Quest for Booty.
In
Never mind.
Tools of
Tools.
Destruction. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
said Quest 2.
You did say
It's 'cause
Quest
we
for
were
Booty,
t-
that's why.
Yeah, it's
That's
because we
why
were
I
talking
got
about Quest
confused.
before.
Yeah, we were talking about the Oculus Quest, right?
Of course.
You know, if you ever want VR, Mayo, the
No.
best way to go about it is the cheapest way. So I think you wouldn't
Way too
survive with
expensive. And I have really bad motion sickness issues. So, no and no.
VR. To be fair, though, when it comes to VR sickness, you can at least overcome it. Motion sickness is much, much harder to overcome. I think the Oculus Quest actually isn't that much, though. I'll give it a look in price out of curiosity. That's supposed to be like the affordable, more or less the affordable, what's it called? VR.
How much is it? Then, the question. 'Cause
I'll take a look in a second. Just give me a moment. My brain wants to say it's less than $200. And I don't think you need a computer rig for it, because I think it's like its own special thing. Let's see. Oculus Quest. Ooh, there's a Quest 2? Okay, yeah. Quest 2. You know, I'll get refurbished. Original Quests. Also, I guess.
So is this thing supposed to be our Groovatron? Like, this just dawned on me. Please. I mean, I guess it's less OP. No one's getting stunned.
Wait, this is the song from SpongeBob.
I'm not seeing any booty here.
I thought it was a royalty-free song, but then it clicked in my brain. I mean, it still might be royalty-free for all I know.
Considering how surprisingly cheap SpongeBob was, especially in its early seasons, wouldn't be too surprised he was royalty free.
To be fair, that was a very that sea shanty song they play.
Oh, absolutely.
Is very well ingrained in pirate-related media. Oh yeah, you hear that? You hear that? Oh yeah. The Oculus Quest 2 is protect the booty.
Protect the booty. The quest for booty.
Quest for booty. Yeah. So I guess it depends on how much are in stock. But I guess the
Who can get so many bolts?
MSRP, if you were curious, the MSRP is about $300.
So it's around what a PS TV was that launched. It's not the new, the PSVR. I don't know why I got those mixed up.
They think, like I said, I could be wrong. The Quest, I
Oh,
think.
we got a
is
Game Boy Advance cartridge.
Actually, that looks a little bit more like a different cartridge that I can't think of. Oh, that's the Map-O-Matic.
I thought we already had the Map-O-Matic.
No, they just told you where the Raritanium and some other.
That's what
slight stuff
Map-O-Matic
was.
does.
You basically start with Map-O-Matic Lite. This one probably actually tells you where the gold bolts and stuff are, though.
Since I am filthy rich, Black Hole Storm, sure.
You
And
did
I'll
say
get
you
the
were gonna
Bombarder.
save up there. I do recall you saying you were gonna save. You were like 5,000
Yeah,
under.
yeah.
I, think,
I
last
almost got the
time?
Headhunter because it is actually a really good rifle.
I don't think there's ever been a game where the rifle's been bad, to be fair.
There's been games where it's not as good as others, but this is
Yeah.
definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's definitely not a weapon that I would ever say, though, is definitely in the bad department for sure, though.
Sweet thing.
Which, you know, to give the game credit, or to give the series credit rather, that doesn't happen very often for a lot of weapons in the series.
I am not sure.
Sort of. Like, there are definitely weapons that are either really good or really bad. Like, shotguns. They're
Buzz
always
blade.
either really good or really bad.
Yeah, I guess you're right there.
Hold on. Is grog made out of? I think
You back
this
here?
beetle might appreciate getting out
Also,
of here.
again, with the whole
Medium.
Buzzblade thing, I actually don't think the Buzzblades have ever been good. The chopper
Buzzblades have been
kind of.
decentish for what they are.
Just past the
Like,
red
yeah, individual damage shots are not great, but like, for what they are built for, they're okay. They're never amazing. Like, I would never give it, like, on the tier list, I would never give it an S rank. But I don't think I'd ever give it an F either.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. I still think the chopper might be the best variation of the Buzzblade. At least from what I've played.
Hanging on for dear life. Riding.
And the chopper isn't even that good.
And no, like, the chopper is not good at all.
Yes, it remembers us. And is following us.
You make it sound terrible. I wouldn't say it's terrible. It's only it's terrible unless you're what's it
Something's
called?
not right about all this.
Oh, sorry for the best. Hey, the actually unique stuff of the level, finally.
Hey,
We're literally in a theme park. This poor pirate.
theme park. Wait a minute. It's just like Tools again.
Right?
There's
That was
also
all
that.
just one
There's
giant
also-
theme park.
The
There was also a
pirate
part in
trials
Tools that I
are
remember being a theme park.
Theme park? Cool.
Or something like
Oh,
it. There was
no.
that one Ferris wheel.
I forgot this part exists. Crud. I'm screwed.
Wow.
You can probably already guess what this is gonna be.
Pipes are ready for a shift, a shuffle and
I can't guess anything, because I'm blind.
Aye, that be the spirit. Listen to our shanty carefully and shoot the pirates in order to
No.
save back. Me hearties, sing shanties.
Oh, yay.
Parties, sing shanties.
Eve, now the little matey.
Pardon?
You're gonna make Quake sing?
Be sharp.
Yay! It's just Yakuza, Mayo. When are we gonna start the Yakuza series?
Probably whenever you finish up Cage 3, so in like 6 years.
I'm
Ah, I
surprised
got
you
it wrong.
Wait, whenever I finish up Kingdom Hearts 3 or whenever I finish up Kingdom Hearts?
Well, Cage 3 is your current stream.
Respectable positions up.
Yakuza's not a stream-worthy game. Maybe some sans a few sections.
It's their RPGs.
Girls.
Yeah, but I feel like you can actually LP most RPGs unless there's a grind fest section or some sort of thing like that.
I feel like
Which
the only
you
game
could
I've ever actually
argue-
finished was 7, which absolutely hits that wall.
Linger. Bye.
Well, actually, okay. Actually, you're wrong. Yakuza isn't an RPG series. Yakuza 7 is an RPG game. The series is not an RPG series, though.
The developers consider it an RPG, so yes, it is.
Well, they're wrong. It is a beat-em-up game.
Now press
Just because they may consider it something doesn't mean it's correct. I'm sorry, because it is not an RPG game, except for the 7th game, which is 100% an RPG game.
Think again, for now ye face your greatest
If what I remember is 0, it still had more than a few RPG elements. Like, it does have a lot of beat 'em up. Just like which one you want to side on, I guess. I consider
Well,
it
the
more of a
thing
hybrid.
is, you do level up your beat 'em up abilities and stuff like that, right? But that's not exclusive to RPGs. That is a staple in beat 'em up games. 100%. beat 'em up series. Though I would not doubt it if they decided to
Oh,
go down.
and the Grunthor's. Can I kill again?
Oh yeah, forgot to mention our second trial be temporarily
I
added.
thought he just said it was the ultimate Jedi for a second because of the vocal effects, and I was not reading the subtitles.
Looks like that Grunthor feeder is out of order. Oh? No.
Okay.
Think you can help us get that gold bolt glitch?
Did he just say who? Like, who is in what's like Grunthor?
Just take it nice and steady.
What?
And this computer will
Alright,
be
and
next up for Ratchet in
the
no time.
first of the optional glitch sections have to do literally just for a gold bolt. Ratchet even says it when we go in.
Are all the glitch sections from here on out?
If they're all optional from this point on.
Okay, because
Which is so baffling from how the last one ended.
Yeah,
But yeah,
okay,
they're all
'cause
optional.
I was gonna say because I thought I was going crazy or crazier, I guess rather, because I was like, I'm pretty sure you told me that you were done with glitch sections.
Like they're just optional this one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So I was like, I swear I thought you said that they were optional. Or not optional, that you were done, which checks out.
There's a
Now
couple
we-
left. It's just that they're both for bolts.
Which is something you need.
Yeah, I'm going for completion. Oh,
I mean, even if you weren't, so Ratchet and Clank, you know. You're telling me you wouldn't want to buy every single weapon in the game regardless of being a completionist or not?
oh.
It's like that itch, you know? You got that itch to buy everything in the game.
Up there.
Can't tell me that it's not a lot of fun testing all the weapons in Ratchet and Clank, whether they're good or bad.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a shame that they never really brought back the testing feature from Up Your Arsenal. Think of it. Wouldn't have to blow all your bolts on it.
To be fair, though, that system did feel very underutilized, kind of.
Not
At least it
really
felt
sure
that
what
way
you
to me.
mean. I felt like it was fine.
Yeah, well, I never got to
to.
test the Rhino.
If any weapon was not going to be something you could test, it was going to be Rhino. Gonna be-
Rip ya a new one.
Yes.
Do they say rip ya a new one in this game? If
The only
Rhino's
game they
even in
say it in is the original, 2002. That's it.
Nope, they say it in Crack in Time.
Do they?
In
Okay, I
what's
did
it
not remember
called? In the little informational video, he does say rip you a new one. And the
Well,
subtitles
okay.
does have it capitalized too, so if the original game is the main game that said that, then I guess that, or the only other game that said it, then that would be the second one to do it. Actually, didn't the 2016 game or movie say rip you a new one?
I don't think so, because they moved where you get the Rhino from and changed the character and everything.
Here, Glitch.
You?
We didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, but doesn't
Don't worry.
I think this is the movie that I'm thinking of specifically.
I remember literally nothing from the movies, so I couldn't
I
give you a
don't-
comment on that.
I don't either. I'm actually, I don't know, like 100% like for sure if this was from
Like,
the
literally the
movie
only
or
thing from the
not.
movie I remember is the fact that we did a reaction of it.
Glitch?
Which
Oh,
is...
yeah, that's true.
I think that's all
I
we have to
forgot-
say about it.
I forgot we even did a reaction.
I only remember because I still have the art piece I did for it.
But I swear Dr. Nefarious had the Rhino in either the movie or the game.
To see if he had what it takes to conquer the final trial. And so, Captain,
I'm gonna check now. Now I'm curious to see if Dr.
Yeah, really?
Nefarious,
Throwing this joke into the ground.
fleshy version.
but little did he know, his ship was being flanked. Behind ye, swashbuckler!
Oh, it's not
This
a
is just,
slicer?
this is just, and I know this is gonna be surprising, Mayo, because I'm remembering the name of a planet here. But this is just Poketaru.
It is surprising.
I don't know. I honestly don't even know how I remember it. Not ripped apart. What's the Rhino
Might have been
Extreme?
on
Is
this.
that the upgraded version of the Rhino in the 2016 game?
Might be. Oh yeah, I haven't actually used the here until now. Eh, sure, fire it off. It's not gonna do much because I'm moving, but... Still finished him off, technically. They are really going to drill this in. Ugh. No, I gave them credit for having an actually good joke earlier, and now they're just drilling this one over and over. Like, it would have been funny if they did it maybe once.
Man, this is gonna be too impossible to find. But I want to say either the movie or the 2016 game. It probably was the movie, because I feel like I'd remember it more if it was the game. I think Nefarious does save it, the new one, or something along
The thing
those
is,
lines.
it's the movie. Nobody remembers. Insomniac doesn't even remember the movie. It's just, no one
They
remembers.
probably want to
the
forget
movie.
about it because of how terribly it sold. Or did in the box office.
I mean, good. It was not a good film.
Yeah. I feel like if you're a fan of the series, it's okay
Like,
for the most
I think if you're
at
seeing the
best.
series, you should probably see it at some point. If you haven't already, for some reason. Like, even then, like, only once.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, I've technically seen it twice because of the reaction video, and I think you
Yup,
might be in
same.
the boat there.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
only
like I
reason we
don't
did that is
dislike
because
it as
we did the 2016 game, we were like, no, sure. When else are we ever going to talk about the movie?
Yeah. I feel like I just like it less than a lot of other people do. I know
Up another death.
for a fact. Oh, I'll mark it off. Don't. I know for a fact I like it more than what the critics gave it credit for. The critics absolutely were appalled by it, apparently.
To be fair, they had to get over the stigma of video game movies, which, especially at the time, was very strong.
To be fair, it doesn't even feel like a video game movie, and it's probably because it's 3D animated. I don't think it's the only 3D animated video game movie.
The only one I can think of.
Yeah, same.
I'm sure there's more, I just can't think of them. Like, I know there's that Mario one that Illumination is working on, but I can't really count something that isn't out.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't count anything that's not out at the moment because they could be canceled at any moment.
Exactly.
So.
Like, I would at least want a trailer to come out.
Case in point, Sly Cooper. Poor Sly Cooper.
Yep. And then it was supposed to have a TV show, and that got canceled too, and... Up another death.
That's 2 deaths, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure so I can mark it correctly.
And I didn't really have a chance this one. I lost way too much health too quickly.
Ah, you get it? Quest for booty?
I'm just surprised that they're going as hard on Ardolis, like, for tools, but they're not doing it for quest. Doing tools already had its rep.
Honestly, this would be the best place to do it too because... Or, yeah, best time to do it too for such a short game. That Quest for booty does.
Like, tools and Crackwood had their shots, so why not? Honestly, it could probably be like most, if not the entire game map too. The game is so short. And it would probably be a little weird in this game's engine, considering Quest is weird in a lot of ways. Like, they definitely went on the more experimental side.
With the pirates out of the way.
Is it even a video game? The world may never know.
It's technically a game.
Could this be it? Of course it is.
Yeah, and I'm technically sane, Mayo, but you know, I don't believe that to its fullest.
Should be. Oh, spamming bouncer shots. If I'm not allowed to use them, you're not allowed to use them.
So surprised that they didn't bring it back in this game. I mean, it's the bouncer. It's like iconic at this point, you know, just because it's in so many other games.
It's been in the 3 others at least I can think of.
You got the Glove of Doom. You could put the bouncer in this
I mean, I said it before, like, I'm pretty sure the bouncer, not that, the Glove of Doom only got brought in because Insomniac really loves that weapon for some reason. Like, they have it ever since the first game.
I feel like they also really love the Glove of, or not the Glove of Doom, the bouncer too, which is
I don't
hilarious.
think they
given
love the
fact
bouncer, it's
that
just the
game
fan
is
base loves the
added to
bouncer.
it. Well, I mean, it's a good weapon. Was it in 3? I feel like it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It was in 2, 3, in 2016.
I don't know why I thought it wasn't in. I know nothing.
If you were thinking of 2016, it's because it was a pre-order bonus.
Oh yeah, no. That one I know for a fact because I'm still upset that the fact that anyone who didn't pre-order the game perpetually has an empty slot.
That's the that's dumb. But, like, I have the bouncer on mine, and I still think it's still like they should have at least given you an option like a $2-3 DLC to buy it at least, especially because the game is dirt cheap now.
Yeah.
That's another death too. Didn't add it.
To be fair, I don't think it'd be worth that price. Give it maybe a 99-cent price tag, and I'd actually be willing to pay that. But yeah, if it was like $3, that'd be that would be the one hard pass for me. If it was like $1, I would be like, you know, it's not that bad.
I mean, it's just a single weapon. Like, it's not something that you're ever going to go back to the game over anyway.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it kind of has like I guess my mentality of that like price point reminds me of like skins for characters in games. I guess a good example for a modern game is Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal, they started selling the skins, the player skins, after their like events and stuff ended. But like they overpriced them to hell and back. And as somebody who not only played the events, but also the skins that were literally Amazon Prime exclusive, the fact that they wanted you to spend like $5 on it was just like, are you kidding me? Mayo, will this ride ever end?
Oh no, will it?
Look, I know this is a Pirates of the Caribbean reference, but that doesn't mean it has to go on about triple the length of the movie.
Let me off! Let me off! There. Really just want to get the help at this point. Nope. Get fungi just so they can distract.
Friendly
Clearly
reminder,
the agents aren't doing their job.
friendly reminder, they turned into mist fungi after.
Yeah.
After I almost said evolving. I mean, you could technically it's evolution. It is biology. You know, it's fungi, it's mushroom. That counts as biology. Well, it's more botany, but it's still like a form of biology, right?
And sort of. I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
It is technically a life form.
Yes. That's another one.
Somebody say 9 deaths. We're at 9 deaths.
Arr, arr, arr.
Set sail! It's a long section.
Section is decent, and it's the only part of the level that's been really brutal to me too. Except for, weirdly enough, that optional section that had all the crabs that I kept dying to. But at least that one had the pleasure of being quick.
Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you this. This is just a random thought. This has nothing to do with anything, right? But it may. I like thought about this because of how glitchy this game is and such, and how you mentioned that and stuff, right? So as of late, well, not so much in the past few days, but as of late, for the most part, I've been playing some Dark Souls 2, and I just want you to know that there's some skeletons in that game, right? And if you like leave the screen that there are skeletons on, because they like their bodies essentially like explode, right? Like they explode apart because they're just bones and stuff, right? If you go off screen and then go back to check them out, there's a very high chance that they the body on the ground, they will be formed back together and T-posing. Now, you know, I just figured that'd be something you'd appreciate. Very weird developer oversight. It's not one of those things that's like really hard to trigger too. Like if you just play the game casually, if you just like run around and then you end up running back in the same area, you just see these menacing T-posing dead skeletons. Which, yes, dead skeletons is redundant.
Yeah. I mean, not entirely, but more or less.
Did you know, Mayo? Alright, don't freak out. But we all have a skeleton hiding inside of us.
Terrifying. Why'd you say that?
I said don't freak out, Mayo. I just, you know, you just need to know, alright? It's important.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I no longer care about weapon experience. I just need to get through this fight.
Yeah, I feel like I've done the same thing when it comes to Ratchet and Clank games, too. Where I try my best to like balance up leveling up weapons. But if I start getting to a point where I just keep dying in sections, I just give up and I just start using whatever the hell is most powerful just to power through it. To be fair, for the most part, most Ratchet and Clank games are balanced around the fact that you don't have to cripple yourself too hard. You know, sans a few situations depending on what weapons you're using. But yeah, I think in a Kraken time there was no real section that I felt the obligation to swap to a more powerful weapon. I did mark it, by the way.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Sections like this are why checkpoints are important.
What do you mean? Checkpoints aren't important.
I've had like no issues at all in this level at all until this part, and I just cannot pass this. Particularly the boss to save my life. The enemies are fine. It's just I have to kill the enemies. Sword. What are you doing? Okay.
You said sword, but my brain heard Sora.
Gosh darn it! Get the key parts out of your brain. Like I know I have a keyblade, but
look,
no.
You have a keyblade on, all right? If anything, this is your fault. I'm still in the room and I'll be able to watch. I'm just gonna turn off my light real quick because I don't want my room to start getting over-warmed because my light is on.
Fine.
And now I am back in Crab Cakes McGee. Good name, by the way. is
Seems
is
the same
getting
enemy
butt
again.
handed. Yeah,
Oh, that's another
there's
death.
another one.
Yep. Make it stop.
You want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride?
Yes. You want to know the worst part of it too? This is the end of the level. Like once we're done with this boss, like we're basically done.
Oh, that's a shame that Captain Quantum is so late in this level. Wait a minute, is he a pirate?
I have no obligation to answer future events of the story.
That's fair. But now that just makes me extra curious. Which, you know, by all means, don't answer if you don't feel you don't want it. I'm just you know, the gears in my brain are grinding.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was overheated. I kind of forget this gun can't even overheat, but yeah, it can.
What is this? Doom Eternal? I'm only mentioning that because I did mention.
Well, because you mentioned Doom Eternal like every part, yes.
Alright, every part of it.
Well, I can think of at least 4 offhand that you mentioned Doom Eternal to some capacity.
It's because this game is just a rip-off of Doom Eternal. I think I already said that.
You also said that every game is basically a rip off of Fortnite, so I don't really take you that seriously.
I mean, I'm not wrong. It's either, remember, it's either a rip-off of Fortnite, The Legend of Zelda, or I don't remember the other game.
Oh my goodness, really? It's literally the one we were just talking about.
Oh yeah, Doom.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, I knew that.
Stupid.
I was just testing you. This game is just a shameless Doom clone.
You know, Doom invented the guns, didn't you know?
Well, you do know back in the 90s, that's what FPS games were referred to as, right?
Oh, I know. Just stupid, but it's what it was.
To be fair, there weren't many games. There were other FPS games. There weren't many. There weren't many games other than.
There!
FPS.
Done! Finished! Finally!
But alas, no checkpoints. Yeah, you're right. He is finally free.
Can I use the bolt crank now? Oh, no, I'm not done yet. I knew that.
Somebody say checkpoints.
Please stop this. It wasn't funny the first time. And it's even less funny now that I've had to hear it over and over again every time I've died.
Well, you're telling me after the 50th time the joke still isn't hitting? Come on. Come on.
I remember really not liking it when I was doing the stream either.
I mean, huzzah!
Saw?
The captain is just
Huzzah?
ahead.
The Trigger Bear's over here.
The captain is up ahead. Oh my gosh, Captain Quantum is...
Yeah, but we're probably going to have to save it for the next part. This part's getting long. So...
Mayo, why is he a pirate?
Let's just go over here and we'll pose with this one for our thumbnail. Okay.
I mean, she seems like she loves her job, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Now, which one is the most ill-fitting? I don't know. None of them are... I mean, like, none of them are fitting, but none of them are that unfitting. Don't chirp that one. Salute. Just jump up on someone's desk and salute.
She really looks like she's about to, like, kill you.
That's the face. That's the one. Salute right over there. Hold on, I want the face to actually be visible. There we go. And yeah, she really does. Lightspeed. Alright, where's our favorite quark? Every part needs at least one quark.
I know you said quark, but I heard spork.
But we'll just have them up here. Right there. Perfect. Okay. So, thank y'all for watching, and next time we will finish up the planet, which shouldn't take more than 10 minutes in theory, although there is an optional path I completely forgot to do, and I only remembered after I passed it, so I'll have to do that before I leave.
But we get to see Captain Quantum.
Yes. Hope to see y'all then. I'll toast.
Chicken tenders, goodbye. See you when we get to see Captain Quantum, the only thing that matters in video game history outside of Captain